Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're all good. Welcome to Holmakra episode 8. So, what have we been doing since the last episode? We've got quite a bit done. I've tried to get a few of the mundane jobs done and out the way. Where do I start? As you know, firstly, at the end of the last episode, I bought the forage wagon trailer, the Schweetmaker, the red thing, and then I was alerted by a couple of you wonderful viewers to the Lizard TARDIS XL mod forage harvester pack. I believe it's by Omatana. So I've taken that advice, and what I did was I sold, because as you might know, the Schweetmaker was 100,000 euros, so I got the opportunity to make back a couple of euros, so I sold that after using it to forage up the grass field over there, and I purchased this. So it left me with, I think it was about 25,000 euros in pocket, so, and I got it in the Fent colours. So yeah, that's what I've done there, and it does have a slightly larger capacity. I think this is 50,000 litres. I didn't go for the Super XL unrealistic option, which gives you 200,000, I think, litres. But this was still bigger than the one I'd bought and cheaper, so I, yeah, made a couple of dollars back, a couple of euros, sorry, back from that. What else have we been doing? So I have, where are we? Yeah, the crops. I'll show you the crops first of all. This is the sorghum field, and this is coming on quite well already. Let me just pop the hood up. Yeah, this is the sorghum field, looking very, very nice, if I don't say so myself. Nitrogen and pH values are both pretty damn good. Expected yield 123%, so that's excellent. This is obviously primarily going to be feed for the chickens. Now we'll take a quick pop down to field 1 here, which has soybeans in, and it's a really nice view this now that we've done the preparation and we've got the seed into the ground, and we're now in May as well, by the way. We're next month on from where we were last, but check that out. Beautiful, isn't it? But yeah, soybeans, pH values and nitrogen pretty good. 123% expected yield, so I couldn't be happier with that, so that's excellent. Right, so what else have I been doing? I did purchase a handful of loose sacks of wheat of chicken feed to pop some food into the chicken trough, because obviously we're still a bit away from the sorghum being harvestable, so they needed some feeding, and I needed to get some kind of start to get a bit of a return back, i.e. the eggs. So yeah, purchased a couple of loose bags. They've got just under 6,000 litres of food there out of a possible 9,000 that the trough will take, so they didn't get completely full. But we've already started to see a return. We've got a handful of eggs here. What does it say there? 74 pieces of eggs. 74 eggs. Although there looks to be considerably more than 74 there. We've got, what, 5 trays of... Yeah, there's more than 74 there in the image, but yeah, 74 eggs. Anyway, so they're doing okay. I can leave them be for now, and just let them produce eggs as much as possible, and we'll start to sell them when we've got something worth selling. You'll be glad to know I've not bought any more tractors or any more machinery. I've reined myself in, as it were. The cows are doing all right. They've got enough grass, as you know from the end of the last episode. They got the grass from the field over here, so I know it's not optimum food for them. I appreciate that. And they've, I'm assuming, because they haven't got their optimum total mixed ration food, that's why they're not producing milk. So they're 51,300 litres of their 60,000 potential litres of food. So they've got something for now. They've got water. They are starting to produce a little bit of slurry, which is handy. I don't have a manure heap pit yet placed down. I haven't got one of those yet. Something I'll consider for the near future, but until I can afford it, until we can do something with it with a bit of spare cash, that'll just be put to the side for now. I do need to get some straw into the barn, but again, haven't got any yet. So yeah, right. As you can see, the grass field over here, I have ploughed, I have cultivated, and I have stone picked, and I have limed. So yes, I have stone picked all the fields, as you will remember from the previous episodes, but I have also picked up all the stone with the little case tractor there and another tractor and trailer. Used that to bring all the stones that we got from all of the fields into the lime production facility here. So if I pop into the production menus, there we are, lime, we have got 93,796 litres of stones. So now that I've shown you all that, because I haven't activated this machine yet, I wanted to get all the stones that we'd got into the machine before I switched it on. So activate, there we go, and it looks like we could get a very good return on the lime. So 2,000 rocks plus 1,200 litres, 2,000 litres of rock, sorry, plus 1,200 litres of water will return 4,500 litres of lime, which is pretty good. So that's that. The other two fields that we had crops in, again, if we fly back up to the map here, so we've got here, this is the soybean field, the first soybean field. Field 2 here is the sorghum. Field 6 here is the grass field, which is ready to be seeded. Field 5 here is going to be a soybean field, and then over here we have field 3 and 4. Now if I just jump to there and quickly visit, here we go, we have the field of oats that I planted, essentially just for a bit of variety, really. But yeah, that's doing very well. I did actually forget, in amongst my disorganisation across the last episode or so, I had forgotten to lime this field, so I have just got that done in this morning as well, in the in-game morning. So this is now, soil-wise, it is perfect and growing well. And over here, I did the same again, didn't I? Forgot to lime, so that's recently just been limed. Soybeans, perfect nitrogen and pH values. Obviously soybeans don't really take an extra fertilization, do they? So it is only saying 79% expected yield though, which is a bit surprising, but hey ho, that doesn't matter. It will bring it, it's better than nothing, isn't it? 99%, there we go, that's a little bit better. So it's a bit patchy across the field, but it's only a little field, so it's yeah, it'll be fine. Now, back to the field map. Field 7 over here. This is actually quite a beast of a field, if I'm honest. Look at that. It's like I'm trying to... I've turned a ski slope into arable land. It's quite a steep one as well. I'm not sure if it's quite as steep as some of the inclines on field 1, but it's definitely one of the longest slopes, if not the steepest. But yeah, it's quite a field. But yeah, we're going to put soybeans in here, and I think, again, just so I'm not putting soybeans in everything else, this is field 8. We'll quickly visit that. This still needs liming and cultivating. It's just had its stones removed. And as you remember, this is the little path that I created through the little forest of trees there, just to allow the access for all the tractors. So yeah, in this episode, this is going to get cultivated and limed, ready to be seeded. So again, jumping back into the menus, we have field 6 here, which is going to be seeded with grass, and field 5, field 7 and field 8, which will be seeded with soybeans, and possibly I might do another field of sorghum just so I've got a massive supply of sorghum to stick in the silo, make sure I've got a huge amount for the chickens, and potentially sell a chunk of it as well for financial gain, which is quite important. Yeah, so what else is there I need to keep you updated with? I think that might be it. Yeah, I think we're about there. I have popped a couple of lamp posts down, just because when I was working or on the farm late at night, it was completely pitch black. Yes, the sheds do have their own lighting. All of them do, in fact. Even the refill sheds here have their own little lights in them at night that come on automatically, and the chicken shed. But it was still extremely dark, and I think they were about €100 per piece. So I've dotted a few lampposts around just to keep the place even remotely lit up at night. So, yeah. So, first things first, we need to get... I want to get the grass seed down into this field ASAP, and then I can be reassured that I have the a bit of food on the way for the cows that I can get turned into total mixed ration. So that'll all be essentially when the seed is down in there and it's grown and ready to be harvested, it will be mowed, foraged, and put into the fermenting silo there in the distance there to be turned into silage and then stuffed in the food mixer, and hopefully by that point we'll be turning it into total mixed ration. Yeah, so right, seeding, let's get started. Right, back in the Fent, the 1050 with the row crops. Let's get this beast into the grass field here, field 6, and get it started and get it drilled. Right, course play course set up, grass selected obviously, and I have also, because I'm not entirely sure exactly what, let's bring that back up the menu there. Oh, expected yield 116%. Excellent. And that's before a coat of fertiliser after the seed, so that's not so bad. I think grass takes fertiliser afterwards, doesn't it? I'll have to remind myself. But yes, the course play course is set up, and auto drive is also supporting it. If it runs out of seed, it will make its way over to the refill shed there and fill itself up. So that's that one on the go. What's next? I need to get the field cultivator here, which is conveniently attached to the Fent 1167. Let's jump in you, and we shall send you over to field 8 to get started over there. Just how great do these fields look now though, eh? Compared to what they were. I am really quite chuffed with the way this farm is coming on. We've got a decent amount of land now, actually. Interesting, we have in total across all 8 fields, it's 48.8 hectares or 120.7 acres, which I think is quite decent considering we started with nothing. Yeah, really quite impressed, quite chuffed with myself. So yeah, we're approaching field 8 now. This is on the map. There's just like the road that just ends up at a turning circle here, just a little circular bit, and this is where I obviously chopped down the trees on the left hand side here just to make a little narrow path through. So I just jump out. I haven't actually sent this vehicle down here yet, so I am hoping that it doesn't have any collisions with any trees. I hope it's wide enough. It looks okay. I think it'll just scrape by. Oh yeah, lovely, perfect, excellent. Right, let's get this thing going. Right. Yet again, course play course set up for the cultivator, and off it goes. But yeah, as you can see, pH value is bad. Nitrogen levels don't even have a colour to it, so this obviously needs addressing once this job's done here, which, in fact, I forgot to have a look. Let's just have a quick flick through and get back to that. That's got 1 hour and 7 minutes left, and it's currently 84% seedless. So yeah, this will probably get done in one hopper's worth of seed, hopefully. Maybe. We shall see. And this has just under 35 minutes, so that's not so bad. Right, so we shall pick back up when these two are done. Right, there we go. So, as you've just seen, we have field 8 cultivated, and field 6 over here, the grass field, has been fully seeded, so that's growing now, ready for the cows. The time is now 6:45 in the evening, so it's going to start getting dark in the next couple of hours, so I think I'm going to go to sleep for the night, wake up tomorrow, and the seeding will continue. What we're going to do, if I just jump into the field menu here, so yeah, there we can see field 6 is now seeded with grass. I'll pop the grass off there so there isn't quite so much green. And now we have field 5, field 7, and field 8 to seed. As you can see, it's all nicely seed bedded, ready for seed. And what I actually think I'm going to do, another thought I have had, so that I can give myself a decent supply of hay, for the sake of the total mixer ration. This will be the grass field. I'm going to have another grass field. I think I'm going to do field... I think I'll do field 7, actually. That'll be a bit of a giggle, won't it? Bales on a big hill like that. So yeah, field 7 is going to be another grass field, and field 8 and field 5 will, at the minute, be soybeans. So, yeah, that's that for now. So I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and crack on with the drilling. Morning, everyone. There we go. Back to it again. Another beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. Now, Fent, you're going to be busy today. You're going to be busy most of the day, I think. We need to get you... Well, there's that glitch again. I've been sat in the cab all night. Very good. Right. So, which one should we do first? Let's get field 5 done first. We'll put some soybeans in there. We're going to put grass in field 7 and soybeans in field 8. Yeah, I think. Let's just check. Is there anything else we can plant for the sake of a bit of variety? Where are we? There we are. So, I could plant corn, but I'd rather not, because that means forking out for an entirely separate header, as we all know. So, I don't think I'm going to do that. I might actually do another field of sorghum, potentially. I don't see why not. Again, not that it's for variety, but just to give me even more potential food for the chickens. So let's get that the right way, and where we're going, field 5. Let's go for field 5 first. Right, so I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Well, while we've got a few minutes, while we're bobbing along to the next field, it was an idea that was brought up by one of my wonderful viewers, RB Trucking, who very cleverly suggested that one of the potential fix is worth looking at anyway for my bumpy lanes that lead to my farm, is to try Terrafarm. Now, I've had Terrafarm installed forever, in fact. It's just so happens that coincidentally the front loader bucket that I have on the front of the case doesn't seem to be applicable to Terrafarm. It doesn't seem to work with it, but it's something I'm going to try. It's a very, very good idea, so thanks for that, mate, RB Trucking. I am going to at some point essentially maybe just quickly lease perhaps one of the base game front loader buckets, just to see if that will smooth the lane off. If you remember me mentioning in one of my last episodes, the last one or maybe the one before, that I have wanted to try and smooth it off a little bit, the bumpiness of the lane, but there's nothing I can do, and it would seem at the minute the only option I've got is Giants Editor, which is something I know absolutely nothing about. But I just didn't even think of Terrafarm, of course. It just didn't even cross through my mind. So I'm going to investigate that at some point. It may well be done off camera, just because there's a bit of mucking around with it, isn't there? But we shall see. And I'll let you know. Watch this space. But yeah, again, RB Trucking. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Right, well, he's on his way. I think he's got about 2 hours ahead of him, according to Courseplay. That's a 2-hour job, that. Plus a little bit of extra time potentially with a top-up halfway perhaps for the seed. But yeah, he's dropping soybeans into this field. But I thought we'd just check out this view again now that the grass field's been prepared, so to speak. It just looks... I think it looks pretty cool from up here, don't you think? It's coming on really nicely. In fact, do you know what? Let's just engage Iron Man mode and have a quick look from up here. So, it's certainly looking a bit more of a farm than it was when we first got here, isn't it? Oh, is that a... Oh, look at that. You see, it's those little bits that I really hate. You'd never have seen that from from down on the ground, but as soon as you zoom right back up, it appears there's like a tiny patch there that looks like it's been missed. How frustrating is that? Oh well. So, yeah, soybeans, sorghum, grass, soybeans, and then over here we have soybeans, we have oat, and we're going to have, and there's me ski slope field. It really does look like a ski slope, doesn't it? This is going to be grass to be turned into hay, and we can have a giggle on the slopes with our baler. Although it's a square baler, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Fail on my part. We won't have any funny rolling bales then. And I think sorghum, we'll stick sorghum in this field, so we can be sure that we've got a huge stock for the chickens and for making a bit of money from. So, what do I need to do now? I think the grass field needs a little bit of fertiliser, I think. So, let's land and we'll jump in one of the other tractors, hook up the Cavernaland Geospread fertiliser. There we go. Let's turn all that nonsense off. There. Right, okay, so let's... I need to dig it out. I'm not going to use this one for fertilising. I'll shift this one over here. There we go. You can just stay there for now. It doesn't do that glitch with this tractor, does it? It seems to be that the 1050. Right. This will do. We shall hook up the fertiliser spreader. Could be a bit straighter, but it'll work. There we go. Oh, it's full. Handy. Right. I thought I'd have to... Oh, apologies for that. Dodgy connection on my my headphone lead. Excuse me a minute. I can't seem to figure out how to isolate the OBS recording software to just do game audio and not the actual whole Windows desktop audio thing, so that's something else for me to figure out, but... Right, I'll get this one set up and we'll get it on its way. Right, he's on his way now. So, the grass field is getting a topping of fertiliser. It did need it because it's gone from being okay, nitrogen-wise, to perfect. So, excellent, that will do. And I don't think that's going to take too long to get finished, so we shall get that done, and then... I'm trying to think what else we have to do now. Get this field fertilised. The 1050's in field 5 seeding. That's a couple of hours away, so I think the next time I pick it up will be when the 1050's done, and then we'll be sending that one straight away to one of the next ones to get drilled. So it's a day of seeding today. And while I'm waiting for that seeder to get done, just a quick update on what I was babbling on about earlier. Thanks to Mr. RB Trucking's suggestion about Terrafarm. It doesn't work, unfortunately. I just very quickly leased a base game front-loader bucket, the Allbutt, I think it's called, and just took it over here. And setting Terrafarm up, I can muck around with all this ground texture here. I can raise lower and, you know, do whatever Terrafarm does to this bit here, but on the lane itself it makes absolutely no difference. I couldn't do anything to these big lumps and bumps, so stay as it is, it will, for now, anyway. So, just a quick update, just thought I'd let you know. But thanks RB Trucking, it was a really good idea, mate. It was definitely worth a quick try, so, but you know, unfortunately, no good, I'm afraid. It won't work. Tell you what else I might try, actually, just as a bit of an experiment to keep, just to keep these cows a little bit happier for now as well. As you can see, we the animal's health is at 0%. Now they've obviously got plenty of food, they've got plenty of water, but the one thing they haven't got is straw. I haven't got any way of giving them anywhere near 38,000 litres of straw, but just for my own peace of mind, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the store deliveries mod very, very quickly, and I'm going to buy 1 straw bale. Yeah, that'll do there. And I'm just going to pop it in to the straw bale point there just to see if this cow barn will accept bales and take the straw from the bale, or has the bale got to be put into a bale chewer. I've got to move the milk tanker out of the way, but if I just run this thing around here for a second, may as well get some use out of this thing while we've since we've got it. We haven't actually done anything with this yet, hence why it's so nice and shiny clean. Right, so let's just, I'll jump in the case for now, just drop the weight off the back. Go there, select the weight on the back. I'll just go and pull the milk tanker out of the way so I can pop the telehandler into the door. Because they're not producing milk, are they, at the minute? And that's one thing I could really do with them doing. I'm unsure if it's the quality of the food that they're eating which is stopping the milk from being produced, or if it's because they don't have any straw. So let's just firstly find out whether this whether this will accept straw from a bale. Oh, there we go. It did. Straw, no. Wow, that was a 9,000 litre bale. Goodness me, didn't realise that. Okay. Right, well they've got some straw, so that should technically start to increase their health, I think. Well, in that case, actually, do you know what I might do? I think I'm going to get another one very quickly. I didn't reset that, I don't think, so let's... How much was that? 1,290. Let's get 2 of them. Definitely. Until I have the capacity to reduce my own straw, which I should get from the oats, I think. Yes. Let's pop these down in here, and this will at least keep them going. I am glad about that. I was worried I'd have to lease one of those. Really? There we go. It's just a delay in it recognising that the bale underneath had disappeared, so that should now give us... There, 27,000 litres of straw. Right, okay. Decent. Hello, love. How are you doing? Stick your tongue out at me. Right. Fingers crossed. That should slowly but surely start increasing their health and bring in some milk, which I then can sell. So, brilliant. That was worth doing. And I suppose while I've got tractors stood down and jobs that need doing, I should send them to do those jobs, shouldn't I? And, of course, now the grass field has been seeded, it needs rolling. So, we shall jump in this lovely Axion yet again and send it back to the same field and give it a good rolling over. There we go. Axion's in the field now with the roller, getting that done. As I said before, there's no point having lovely shiny machinery sitting around doing nothing when there's jobs that need doing. And I must admit, rolling the field is one of those jobs that always tends to slip my mind. I always forget it needs doing until after the fact, so glad I remembered this time. So, off it goes. Okay, so just a quick update. The action here is on its way to field 5 to get it rolled. The 1050's finished in there and has drilled the field with soybeans, and that is now in field 7 drilling the grass. Field 7 is the ski slope field. Goodness me. Look at this. See why I wanted to try and smooth it off with Terraform? Or in any way at all, but it's just not possible. The way it just bounces around. Hey ho. But yeah, so this is just approaching field 5 there, just on the hill there. It's needs to be rolled, and as I say, if I just quickly flick, there we are. The 1050 here is covered in lime and drilling the grass in the ski slope field. So I shall pick you back up again in exactly 1 hour according to Courseplay there. I'd imagine again it'll be a little bit longer once it's come back into and done at least one top up of seed anyway, so yep, see you in a while. Okay, another quick update for you all. The Axion is now in field 7, having had its crop of grass drilled. It's now running the roller, as you can see, so we've got another, it's about half an hour away, 40 minutes I think, for that job to be finished. And the 1050 with the seed drill is now in field 8. I'll just have a quick flick through. Where are we? There we are. Yep, he's in field 8 drilling the... I've decided to put sorghum in this, so I've got like a pretty hefty reserve of sorghum in the silo when it's been harvested. So again, he's got about an hour and a half potentially of drilling this field, and we have to lime and fertilise this field. So I think what I'm going to do now is, again, just pop the camera down again, so to speak, get these jobs done, get the lime and fertiliser done in this field, so essentially everything will be done. For now, anyway. So, catch you all shortly. And while I'm waiting for those couple of jobs to be done, I just checked up on the lime production machine. Now, this is amazing. If we walk up to it, you'll see the display there. It works really quickly. We're already at 66 and counting, 66,760, 70,000 litres of lime, which is incredible. It really is. So I've just been topping it up with a bit of water because the production had stopped because it had ran dry. But this is incredible. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get this thing properly going sooner, because I have spent a few thousand euros on lime for the fields that I've already done, but I still have field... Let's have a quick look, actually. I think it's just field 8 that needs liming at the minute. Where are we? pH levels. Yes, it's just field 8 at the minute that needs lime, but that entire field will be limed from this, so that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick update again there. Just what I've been pottering around with on the farm for now, while those jobs get done. So I'll pop this down for now. The cows have still got plenty of water, so they'll do. I'll just leave this here again. And, as I said before, I shall join you again when all the jobs are finished. It's likely to be in a few hours' time, in-game-wise. I plan on getting this sorghum drilled in field 8 as we are doing now, getting field 7 rolled and get field 8 limed and fertilised and rolled, and essentially when everything's done in a few hours time, like I say, I shall pick you back up and see where we're up to from there. So see you all shortly. Right, well, there we go. We have got all of our drilling done. All of our fields, all 120.7 acres of them, all drilled, which I'm really quite chuffed with, and pretty much almost at the last minute. We're on the 2nd day of May, the last day of this month in game. It's 3:15 in the afternoon, so if I'd have left it any later and would have landed into April, we wouldn't have been able to get much planted, not of the crops that I wanted to get done. So, yeah, job done. Although not quite, obviously. I've got the 2 tractors here. I've got the John Deere, the 8R, and the Claas Axion ready to roll and lime, and then we'll need to get a layer of fertiliser down as well, and then that is officially field work done especially for this month. So yeah, I'm going to just sort of pop in and give you another quick update, just to show you where we're up to, and then I shall pop back again when all this other work's been done. So again, I'll catch you shortly. There's another little interesting thing I've tried to do. I've set up an auto drive course for the refill of the lime from the lime production auger here, so this is going to put it to the test. Really quite keen to see if this works. First time. So it's always quite tricky getting the reverse sections to work, I've found. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Well, it works, but that seems a little bit... Oh no, what are you doing? Oh, don't do that. Oh, you complete tool. Really? Okay. Not quite as successful as I had hoped. Let's get this sorted. Well, that was a bit of a pain. I'm not entirely sure how to sort that out. Ah. I'll have a think. In the meantime, I'm just having a bit of a jiggle around here in the workshop, just to tidy things up. All the big tractors, well, a few of the big tractors are back here, so I've given the Fent a refuel and a wash, the 1050, given this one a wash. I have put the Keenan Mech Fiber TMR mixer that has gone over here into the cow shed for now, with the milk tanker in this little bay here. Obviously, as you've just seen, the 8Rs on the lime mission at the minute in field 8, and the Axion is also waiting over there to get the roller into the field as well. So I'm just going to have just a bit of a sort out and tidy up in here. Right, let's see if the little adjustments that I made to the auto drive course have worked. If this doesn't work, I really don't know what to do to make it work. Come on. Do your thing. The trigger point seems very far forward. Yeah, it's very far forward there, isn't it? Oh, it worked! Yes! Excellent. Very proud of that. All I did was essentially just pull the points that I had the marker point for the lime refill auger about here. So I've just pushed them all up to about here. So, brilliant, that works, excellent. So I can leave it to it. Right, let's put this thing back in the shed. Quick and easy fix. Love those fixes. Well, there we go. That was another long, hard day. Got lots of work done, lots of jobs done. As you can see, I've gone a bit OCD and just given everything a clean. All my equipment has been washed, even the lorry. I've lined the tractors up nicely there in the workshop. Taken all the bits off the little case, the front loader and the attachment. Yeah, giving everything a wash. Same in here, all the tools and implements that we've used today, especially the fertilizer spreaders and the lime spreaders and the roller and the seeder. That's been put down now for quite a while. As you can see there, the truck's had a wash. This didn't need one yet because it hasn't been used yet. But hopefully that's going to be coming up quite soon. So, everything's done now, fieldwork-wise, field prep-wise. If I jump into the menu here, as you can see, everything is growing. If I also bring up the grass. So, as you know, we've got grass in field 6. We've now got grass in field 7. We've got sorghum in field 8 and field 2 here. Soybeans, 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 and for a tiny bit of variety, we have a field of oat there. So, everything's growing. All the rolling's being done. There's no rocks or stones in any of the fields. And in the precision farming menu, all the fields have a good coat of lime, as you can see, all nice and green, and everything that needs nitrogen has got nitrogen. Obviously, grass doesn't take anywhere near as much as does soybeans. So yeah, done. So, as it happens, sorry, I'll just jump back in here. we're in May now. Come June and July, next month and the month after, we're not going to have a huge amount to do aside from keeping on top of eggs, because at the minute we have just over 3,000 euros, so we're going to be pretty skint very soon. So we've got, what does that say? We've got 827 eggs there. Now, so I'm going to keep on top of selling those, and obviously I've put down the marketplace thing that so I've got somewhere to sell. But I still don't have milk, so I can only assume, if I'm right in saying that the reason why I haven't got milk is because the cows haven't got their proper TMR. They're only feeding off grass at the minute. Am I right in that? Does that sound about right? Because obviously their health is at 0% as well. They've got, as you can see from the little display there, they've got straw, they've got food, they've got water, but they're not producing milk yet. They're producing slurry, and I don't have a manure bunker down yet. That is something else I'd like to maybe pop down. Maybe in the middle here I'll pop down a manure bunker at some point, but I could do with a few more euros in the bank before I spend anything else. Yeah, so, and it's getting on now. It's 8:05 at night, but I thought it was an ideal time just to show you the little lamppost that I popped down, just here, there, and everywhere, just to give a bit of light around the place, because it does get, when it gets dark here, it's very dark, and as I said before, even though all the workshop have got their own light systems in there, it doesn't spread very far, so this place is in almost complete darkness. So yeah, those lights will give a little bit off anyway. Yeah, so I think I'm going to call it here for this episode, and I'm going to obviously fast forward time and hibernate essentially till June, July time, and see where we stand there, and if there's anything worth adding to the beginning of the next episode in June or July, I will. But obviously, as we say, come August and September time, that's going to be our sorghum harvest opportunity, and for the oats as well, and the soybeans are October and November, aren't they? So yeah, next episode will probably take place in and around August for a bit of oat harvesting and potential sorghum harvesting, although because I think we've put the sorghum down in May, we won't get that harvest till September. So yeah, we shall see. But as I said, I'm going to call it here for this episode. So as always, I just would like to say a huge thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you so much. I really, really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, as always, leave me a comment, hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. All of these things go a huge way to helping my channel. So thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.